Hello everybody, it's your girl Mecca X. Thank you for coming to my channel, watching this video. Alright, so I haven't really recorded like this in a while, and just life has just taken its course, and your girl been through the ringer, but your girl is still here and your girl is still smiling, and she gonna keep pushing. But with that being said, like, I've already shared with you guys, never really sat down and got to like the nitty gritty of it, and like, I guess that's what I'll be doing moving forward with this new energy that I have now taken in and embodied, and is working well for me. But just about like my overall life journey and what I've been through, how I got to where I am now, and you know what I've learned along my way. And yes, so I you know, I like to haha kiki and everything like that, but I really do be wanting to talk about some real shit and some deep shit, and deep shit that I've been through, so that it could help someone else go through deep shit that they're going through, basically. So today I want to talk about, it's actually obviously kind of hard for me to talk about this, but I haven't really talked about it outside of my like super close friends and family. Not a lot of people know this, because this is not something that people like to go around cheerleading about themselves. But today I do want to speak about my experience with sexual assault. I don't know how this talk is going to go, because I've never done this like this. I really only have spoken about it in a safe space, and I'm in a safe space. I'm in my home. My ancestors are with me always. But you know, it's just been, it's different talking about it from a empowering standpoint, I'll say that. So yeah, I don't know, well, I don't know. Okay, so basically, you know, this is my Me Too moments, all right? I really feel like this kind of happened like maybe a year after the Me Too moment took off. So, you know, here I am, Me Too, even though that, you know, ain't no proud gang to be a part of, but you know, I'm gonna make it a proud gang because we've done survived. So shout out to the Me Too's out there, all right? And if you haven't noticed by now, humor is how I mask trauma, obviously. But yeah, so I'm speaking about my experience, my Me Too experience. I'm speaking about it because one, I just want to release it in this way. I don't think that it's something that I've used to like victimize myself, or I felt victimized by it. But I just know that speaking about it in this way and just telling my story, I know like speaking about things that have happened to me is a way that I process my trauma. So it's healing for me to speak about it. So yes, I want to speak about it for myself and let it go for myself. or, you know, start on the processes of letting it go, because that's a whole journey and a process in itself. And it's definitely something that I don't know if I buried it, but it's something that I don't really talk about like that. I don't really really allow myself to really go in that experience, because it was very dehumanizing for me, and that's not how I see myself as a person. So it's kind of like just something that I acknowledge that it happened, but it's just like it happened. It happened. So yeah, I'm doing it because I always like to confront anything that makes me feel hesitant, or my fears. Like, I like to confront my fears, and obviously there's some type of fear or shame tied to me speaking about my experience with sexual assault, because that's just naturally what happens when you're sexually assaulted. I don't know why in this loopy universe that we always think that it's our fault that we've been sexually assaulted. And I don't want to say like fault, but to a certain degree, I don't want to say it kind of is, but it kind of is. And that's another reason why I want to speak on this, because I want to help prevent this from happening to somebody else, if need be, by just sharing what I've learned and the growth, and what to take from an experience like that I've experienced. So it is 7 minutes. All right, let me see. I want to say, I don't want this to be super long, but I just want it to be thorough, and I don't want it to be rushed. But yeah, so I'm doing it to release from myself. I'm doing it to educate my family and friends, because I know that we all have like these limiting beliefs, these toxic beliefs, these really biased and bigoted beliefs, because we think that, you know, we don't even know who is like in our tight family and friends that have like dealt with these things that we say off the top of our mouth without even thinking. Like, you know, slut shaming is heavy in the Black community. Homophobia, transphobia is heavy in the Black community. So it's like, if you are sexually liberated woman, i.e. a slut, you know what I'm saying, and you find yourself in this predicament. I mean, I guess I'm calling myself a slut, whatever, not really, but I'm just saying, like, you know, people just assume that, you know, people just don't be here for women, okay? And we always gotta be at fault for why we have been assaulted. And, you know, that's still something that I hear within, you know, just conversations. Of course, the media, because the media is bullshit and pushes all of this shit. And so, yeah, you know, I know that it's just programming. But I just feel like maybe sharing my story will jog some of that programming that some of my friends and family or anybody else out there that knows me or may not know me that can get something from this story or whatever. Because, you know, I definitely would have never found myself in this situation, or thought I would have never found myself in this situation, which is exactly why it happened to me. Because, you know, you can't be out here thinking like that. You can't be out here thinking that you're untouchable and that, you know, a certain horror only happens to a certain type of person. So that's another reason why I'm sharing this story. And yeah, I know that, you know, we don't really talk about sexuality in the Black community because it's plagued with Christianity and Islam. So it's just like you basically be out here on your own having sex, and you figuring that shit out on your own. And in you figuring that shit out on your own, you're taking in all types of influences that's not really about having a healthy sex life. So I'm also doing this for my little cousins. And like I said, just really people in my family, because I know with some old niggas in my family that, you know, probably have done this, or this has been done to as well. It's really just a teaching moment, and a healing moment, an accountability moment for everybody that's involved when this type of shit happens. I'm holding myself accountable by sharing a story that will, like I said, hopefully prevent someone else by being in this situation, or by or committing the act. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I want to do this. It happened December 1st, 2017. So today is December 2nd, 2020. It's something that I've been wanting to do for a while. I was thinking about, of course, doing it for tomorrow, since yesterday was the actual anniversary of the event. But yesterday I just took the time to really just take care of myself, and try to love on myself. And I took a lavender salt bath to just soak in it and reflect and cleanse my body and cleanse my womb, and cleanse my heart, and just try to purge any just feelings of unworthiness that I might still be having from that event. So yes, that's when it happened. It happened, and December 1st is World's AIDS Day. I'm just gonna throw that out there because this is a part of the story. And yeah, is that my intro, my who, what, when, why, how, who, me, what, when, and how. So yes, let's get into this how. So not many of you know also, but I've been in a decade long-term relationship. I'm not in it any longer, but I have been in one. And this was during the time where me and my partner were not together. So and it was like, in my opinion, a really bad breakup. And I didn't think that we were going to get back together again. And, ooh, excuse me. And, basically, I went out to a bar. I actually went to, you know what? I'm not even gonna do that to the business, but I went to a lounge in Logan, and with my girlfriend, and you know, I'm obviously like brokenhearted and just want to be loved on. So really what I'm talking about is like a state of desperation, because I was devastated over the breakup. And I just want to be out here with my 10 of Pentacles, honey. All right. I just want my family. I just want my love. I just want my children. I just want my happy life. That's really what I'm focusing on manifesting, is the bag and a family to spend the bag on, honestly. So that has always kind of been what I've been focused on, which is also why it ain't been coming. But anyway, back then I was super focused on it, and you know, I was just devastated. So basically, like I said, I was desperate, and you know, but in my mind I wasn't desperate. In my mind I just wanted somebody. I just wanted to feel loved and be loved and be loved on. And I met this guy at the bar, and I don't know his full name, but I know his name is Nasir. And he's a boxer, or was a boxer, and he is from Logan. So yeah. Anyway, so basically I met him, and you know, he was hype. He came, he pushed up on me, and you know, we was talking, and was, you know, we exchanged numbers in the club or whatever. He saved his number in my phone as Babe. So I'm just like, you know, I have fucking daddy. Well, I don't want to say I had, because I have it. It's still, I'm working through it, but I'm doing pretty good. But back then, it definitely was fucking with me. So anyway, the fact that he saved his phone number in my phone as Babe with all these fucking heart emojis definitely, of course, made me be like, oh my God, yes, he is like, I don't know, wants me, and you know, wants to really take me seriously, because he's already putting his phone number, his name in my phone as Babe. So boom, I'm already googly eyed. He was very attractive, so I'm just like, or so I thought at the time, till he took his head off. But I was like, you know, ooh, he fine, he on me, he wanna be my babe. Yes. So, you know, we were texting, you know what I'm saying? And he, at the time, I've been living alone forever, but anyway, at the time, I lived alone in Uptown, where I'm from. And you know, he came over the first time he came over, which, you know, sidebar, this was before Corona, okay? Way before Corona. So it's just like, for myself, I'm not blaming myself for the event. I'm just holding myself accountable for being in a state of desperation that would have put me in that situation to begin with. Had I had more self-worth at the time and not been so desperate, he wouldn't have even been over there. Because in my mind, if a man is pursuing me, he's pursuing me. So you coming to my crib is not you pursuing me. That's some lazy ass shit. But I settled because I was desperate and wanted his company. So anyway, he, you know, he came over, and it's like, okay, obviously I like you, you know what I'm saying? And obviously in due time, I'm gonna want to have sex with you. And maybe one of those times might be the next time. But, you know, for you to just come over and just be automatically pushing up on a woman, assuming that, you know, you can fuck her, or that she's gonna let you fuck, like that don't even go over to the men and to the black men, because I'm really serious, and to my little cousin, like, do not go over to a woman's house with the intentions on fucking her. Because honestly, if we want to fuck y'all, we already know that we want to fuck y'all, and y'all want to know, and y'all want to get fucked. So the whole intentionally coming over to fuck, and if I ain't put that, if the woman has not already made that clear that that's what y'all finna do, and even then, you just really just gotta be fucking open-minded and not be thinking with your dick all the time, and not be thinking with your hormones all the time. Because even if that's what I led him to believe, and then he came, now granted, that would be still kind of me setting it up, but I did it. But my thing is, even if I had led him to believe that is not, if you come over and I now don't want that, then that's what it is. Okay, so anyway, let me just get this story out because we already at 20 minutes.